Alrighty. Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having an amazing day out there today. This has been an eventful day for Bitcoin. We're down a little bit here. We talked about it going down yesterday, so not really a big surprise. If you guys did do those shorts that we talked about, you guys are up a little bit and you guys can take some profit if you guys do like that. Because we've been talking so much about cigars over the last couple days, I decided to pull out one of my cigars for today. It's a little Lancero from my father. It's a nice little one. I'll be lighting it up here in a few seconds, but just want to let you guys know today's video is mostly going to be about just some technical analysis and a little bit of news. This has been a very dry last couple weeks of news, which I think is pretty good because everybody's talking about what's happening this Friday with Jackson Hole and Jerome Powell and the Fed and interest rates and everything like that. So it makes it pretty easy about where we need to align our focus, right? Loki was just in here, but my loud voice might have scared him. So Loki, do you want a treat? And then I hear the pitter patters. This is Loki's last treat. So literally after this, we're gonna go to the store before it closes and want to get him some more. I think I'm gonna get him some dried buffalo, no, water buffalo. And then I'm gonna give him some more treats like these that are some homemade little delicacies. So Loki, wanna say hi? He's trying to bite his toy because he wants to bite something really bad. That would be a squeaky donut that he has that he loves. Loki, you want a treat? Yeah, good boy. Yeah, he doesn't want to give up the squeaky toy because it's his favorite. So, I don't actually have my torch today. I kind of lost it over the last few days, which kind of sucks because I have like 3 really good lighters, and one of them is a like $300 lighter, and I lost it, which really sucks. So I'm gonna do my best to try to find it over the next few days, weeks, months, as I try to clean up my house a little bit more. We'll see how that turns out. All right, a little bit of a match. Oh, the match broke. Okay. Moving on to number 2 here very fast. Let me see. This is why torches are so much better. Or at least having the longer matches. I don't have any long matches. And I don't have any more cedar wood to light from the match to keep everything going. I got this small piece, and that's not nearly enough. Although, it could be more than enough. Let's just give it a try. So, there we go. Match to cedar. Then from cedar, oh, the cedar does smell good. Can it stay lit? Almost there. And I'll take that as a victory. Okay, everybody, happy to see you, Villarreal, Locksky, Geek Hunter. Beautiful day. I would say it's a pretty good day outside. It's actually like sunny, but like a nice breeze coming through, which is very surprising for Washington right now. It's been all over the place the last few days. All right. So, quick little Bitcoin TA, guys. Yesterday we had talked about Bitcoin coming down. You guys know my rule about moving averages. I'm going to try to skip that hump today because I know I can get on a tangent. But we had been talking about how all the momentum indicators for the daily chart were pointing to bearish right now. Excuse me. So I said, if you guys wanted to, you could open up some shorts and try to play a day trade out of it and make some money. Right now, we're pretty close to support. So if you guys were looking to just close that trade, take your money, that is a good example of doing it right there. If you guys did it, I made a few percent off of it myself, so I'm pretty happy with that move. I think I had like a 10x leverage, so there. But I sold at this level of support, not all the way down here, so I was a little bit off. But I wanted to get out of it, so yeah. All right, but yeah, so we do see Bitcoin moving down a little bit lower. And with that, you're also seeing the momentum shift from the weekly charts as well. You're about to see the weekly chart turn bearish. So at this point in time, I do think we're going to try to make contact with the 20-week moving average. If you guys looking at dollar cost average, I would give it a little bit more time to see what we can kind of squeak out of it. I was hoping that we might be able to hold and we'd have some good news with interest rate cuts and things like that. And in case we did actually make an all-time high up here, it just really wasn't enough because the next time the Fed came out, we had that, that stronger PPI data. And of course, when the CPI data, when the FOMC meeting came out, Jerome Powell was extra hawkish when he didn't need to be the extra hawkish. It's more about going up against Trump, which I understand, but like the market's looking at that in maybe a different lens, perhaps, right? So everything's starting to look a little bit more bearish, which is not fun, but I don't think this rally is over. Like we talked about before, the last time we went bearish, let me just show you. we had a dip and that was it. And the dip was pretty darn small and we managed to go a little bit higher. I don't think it's the end of times for Bitcoin and things like that, but I am more concerned about what happens if we stay too long down here and we're looking at something more of a death cross between the 20 and the 50, because as you guys know, that's not a pleasant experience for you know, market prices. So this is a fantastic cigar right now. These little Lanceros have been growing on me. All right, so now that we kind of have this idea that Bitcoin is going to be going down a little bit here, I wish I was more optimistic about the short term here. Long term, I mean, still freaking fantastic. Short term here, this is just an opportunity to buy dip as far as I'm concerned. And the reason is, as we get closer to over here on Friday, you can see today is what, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Over here, we have the Jackson Hole Summit, and that's where Jerome Powell is going to be coming out basically and giving like a mini Fed speech saying, hey, this is what we think about it. He'll kind of infer what he's going to do in September. All right. Now, I pulled up a couple stories here for us. The rate cut watch, all eyes on Fed Chair Powell's final Jackson Hole speech. It's his final speech because his term ends next year, so he won't be there for the next one, right? So everybody's basically watching this, and if he is not dovish, you will see Bitcoin fall even more. If he is, well, if he is dovish, you're going to see Bitcoin pop a little bit here, which will be very good for us. But this is the big concerning thing. Everybody is watching to see what Jerome Powell does. And the whole market has kind of been freezing over the last few days because of it. Bitcoin really hasn't moved all too much this week. Hasn't really moved all too much. The stock market really hasn't moved all too much besides some earnings plays out there. So what I'm looking for right now is just easy dollar cost average opportunities, because when we start to look at the interest rates that are coming up here pretty soon, we're either going to have steady growth, like a little bit of a boom boom up every now and again, looking pretty good. That's if we have a cut. But if there's no sign of a cut, we're going to have a pretty big drop. And I think that drop would probably take us down 15 to 20%, because it, like, everybody at this point knows that Jerome Powell needs to be cutting. If he tries to wiggle out of it because of Trump or because he really believes inflation is that much of a scare, you know, it's going to be horrible, and it'll kind of like mess up his entire legacy at the Fed, if you will, right? And again, you don't, if you're an institutionalist who wants to protect the Fed, you don't want to leave the Fed in disgrace and then also have Trump be right about something major about the economy and you getting it wrong. That'd be the most embarrassing thing ever. So he's not trying to let that happen. So I do believe he's going to be more dovish on Friday, which should lead to next week having a big move. One of the best things I would say about Bitcoin and what we're able to do here is if over the next few days we see Bitcoin start to drop down to 20-week moving average, there is that same opportunity because we crossed down below these moving averages right here that we're able to bounce off of it, whether it be some of the support levels over here, because that 20 is going to be moving up obviously, and then we have a really crazy bounce over the next few days, and that would probably end up coming early next week to mid next week, whereby then the 20-day moving average is crossing over here, the 50s over here, where you can have a nice big jolt from everything. So I'm looking to buy this week and take profits next week. That's the easiest way to do this. If you guys are looking for the long-term profits, definitely can do the same thing. You just holding for a little bit longer, because after that I still expect this to be choppy, but closer to September we'll probably have one more dip, and then after the rate cuts we'll probably have something more of a hike. I'll try to bring up all of the former rate cuts that we've had in the past, because I do believe when we've had the rate cuts in a good economy, we have seen the market go down temporarily and then it starts to boost back up a few days later. I just want to have a visual representation of that to show you guys later on. So now that that's all out of the way, everything else is doing fine. I mean, you know, if Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down. We had talked about taking profits off Ethereum like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, back over here, and we were testing it. Same lesson applies. We're only a few percent lower than where we were a couple weeks ago. If you guys want to take some profits off of this amazing Ethereum run that we've seen, take your profits. You can reinvest that money later on. It looks like Bitcoin and everything's going to fall a little bit more in the short term, so you guys can take those profits. Solana, same type of thing, was hitting resistance. We've been talking about this for a minute. I was hopeful that it might actually manage to break back up here towards the midpoint around 220, but it never happened. And at this point, if Bitcoin does see a nastier reason to come down because of interest rates and the Fed being a little bit too hawkish, you could see this coming back down below the 20 and the 50-day moving 20 and 50 week moving averages, causing us to probably come back down below 150 or so, which would be a little bit of a scare for the Solana holders. So again, another opportunity to take some profits on some of those larger caps that have been making us some money. Things like Dogecoin, they've already been falling. There's so much drawings on here from all this stuff we've talked about, but there we go. It's basically just doing a long consolidation. Same price it was back in March, same price it was back over here in April of 2024. Nothing's really changed with this except for every now and again it has a big little pump, and you're able to sell on those pumps, of course. I'm looking at a bunch of stuff on my right hand side of the screen. I don't really see too much more I want to talk about right now, but if you guys do have questions in a little bit, feel free to let me know. Now, something that I found was interesting is we just talked about Jackson Hole, right? They're having a crypto version of Jackson Hole on the same week, right? On another level. Crypto industry hosts rival gathering in Jackson Hole. I wish I was there to invited, but I guess I'm not that important, right? An hour's drive south of the resort where the Federal Reserve Chair Jay Powell will be joining the annual gathering of the world's leading central bankers. Top crypto executives are already hobnobbing with senior U.S. policymakers. Eric Trump, the Securities Exchange Commission, new crypto-friendly chair Paul Atkins, and two Fed governors on Donald Trump's shortlist to replace Powell are all set to attend the Wyoming Blockchain Symposium at the Four Seasons in Jackson Hole. Four Seasons, ooh, that's fancy. Let's see. It's August 18th through the 21st. Oh, it's already started. It started yesterday, right? I think, didn't they had a version of this last year? I could have swore they had a version of this last year, because I think this picture is exactly the same photo they used last year. Let me see how expensive the tickets were. Asset managers, allocators, builders, media. I want to say this is go to pricing, to be announced, complimentary. So maybe I could have gone in there, but that's interesting there that they don't actually tell you the prices. That scares me. That means it must have been pretty darn expensive. And the speakers will, who the heck is this guy? Oh, there you go. 33rd governor of Wyoming, 34th chairman, Chris Waller. Okay, that's a member of the board of governors, Federal Reserve. Cynthia Loomis, Tim Scott, vice chair of supervised board of governors. I don't know who that is. Eric Trump, co-founder of managing partner of, I don't know. Okay, whatever. View all speakers. Oh, okay, they got some people here. I do not really. Okay, a black guy, awesome. All right, not really many people here that I know though. Interesting. Zimbabwe. I'm surprised. There is a lot of people here. I just don't know really who they are. But you know what? That's okay. But big story here is they are having a competing event, if you will, and that is pretty interesting right there. Now, as far as the regular market today, everything was pretty darn good. There wasn't really anything crazy that caused the entire market to come back down. One of the things I would tell you guys right here to watch out for, because we've seen it, I don't know, like 100 times now. Trump expands 50% steel and aluminum tariffs to include 407 additional product types. That was something interesting. Palantir stock slumps 9%, right? It's a bubble. It's going to come back down eventually, and then you want to buy it because it's a good company underneath it. Right? Nothing really crazy here. Oh, yeah, and crypto stocks are coming down today, and that's basically just because, you know, Bitcoin's down today. Long story short. But let me go over here to the daily charts. Excuse me, guys, I'm already getting the hiccups. Dow Jones did nothing today. The NASDAQ went down 1% today, and the SPY went down 0.5% today. We're kind of in a boring time, guys. Bitcoin will be a little bit more exciting because the volatility, oil's stabilizing, Bitcoin dominance is stabilizing a little bit right now, and the dollar index is still stabilizing. Everything is just waiting on what the Fed is going to do. And when everybody's waiting for the Fed, you know, things get kind of boring temporarily. And it is temporarily. Within a few days, we're going to be booming up again. You know, we'll be doing a bunch of crazy stuff. But I guess, you know, what a $3,000 drop or a 2.7% drop in Bitcoin is, that's enough excitement, I would say, for us right now. Scaramucci is making some moves in tokenizing assets. I don't think it's too crazy, but we'll learn more about it in the future if he's actually successful with it. And really, it was a very calm day across the market, which I really do like, right? You can see right here, there's a few little things, not really much, I would say. But it's basically all the politicians and whatnot over there having their fun. Not enough to really get me like, woohoo, you know, there's some news breaking there. I haven't seen it. Maybe we'll see it in the next few days because it does end, I believe, what, Friday or Saturday or something like that. So we'll see. Now, as far as everything is concerned, you can just see a bunch of red on here, but take a look at this. Meme core's up a little bit. This one is at $700 million market cap. Up 656%, so keep track of that one. And Mantle, OKB is fine, but that one's more of just an exchange token, so I hold it there. But it is interesting seeing meme coin and Mantle up today. Everything else, as you guys might imagine, is pretty darn bad right now. Pump Fund is down 10%, Matic is down 10%, which sucks because you guys know I have a lot of Matic. Chainlink down 9, SEI down 8, ADA down 8. And since everything is down, of course, our portfolios are down as well. Instead of being up like 25%, now we're only up 18%. Fartcoin is down 22%, and high risk is now down 3% here. Still holding, still being fine, still understanding, but man, this portfolio safe is saving us right now because this market is not the funnest one right now. But that being said, we've been talking about taking some profits over the last few weeks, so if you guys have been able to do so, awesome on you. All right, so that's all the spiel I got for you guys right now. If you guys have any questions, want to chill, want to talk, let me know. I got my cigar out right now. I'm gonna go to the final screen right here. Let me see. So I got my teleprompter to work. It turns out the teleprompter wasn't broken, the software wasn't broken, the cord was broken. So I tested out a few new cords today, and now I got a teleprompter again. So you guys will see some more videos. Oh, and before I answer you guys' questions and just chill with you guys for a little bit, I forgot I actually do have some updates to give to you guys. I did give a video to an editor. He did give me a final result or a result. He's going to do some extra work on it, you know, to fix it up the way I want it to be. And then I should have the video out later on this week for the top 5 AI stocks I'm buying right now for long-term gains. And then what I'm going to do is, because I have the teleprompter working again, and because I'm trying to make this channel a bit more formal, I'll do like the 3 videos a day where I'm kind of ranting about something or talking about something. I'll have those on my second channel, and then what I'll do is I'll have all the shorts on the other channel as well. And this one will only be for shorts related to my higher edited content and the higher edited videos themselves, and you know, of course, the streams and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have my 3 rant videos, maybe 2 rant videos a day on YouTube on the second channel. And then what I'm also gonna do is remake a lot of my tutorials that I've done very well. So I'll have a fresh one talking about smart money concepts. I'll have a fresh one talking about moving averages, order blocks, volume profiles, Fibonacci levels, all that type of stuff, so you guys have a clear understanding of how to use them if you guys want to do that. And then I only ask, if you guys are interested, please make sure to watch the entire video from beginning to end. It helps with the channel a lot. And then leave a comment and a like and all that type of stuff. It goes a long way with the algorithm, which is going to be very good, because I am investing in an editor, so any help you guys can do when it comes to like watching the videos when they come out, I'd appreciate it a lot. Now that all that's gone, right? Oh, and I'll also be doing posts. Sorry, one last thing. I'll be doing posts on the YouTube channel asking you guys on polls, what type of content do you guys want to see? Please answer the poll if you guys watch my content. It just helps me kind of hone in on what type of content you guys are looking for so I can make it, right? All right. Try not to let this baby flame go out because it feels like it wants to go out. All right. Hey, Charmander, Folsom, Puma, Lisa, 3 Eyes. Happy to see you guys there. Hobart, what's right here? And hey, King Solidus? I can't pronounce that, man. I'd still in Medic? I'd still in Medic. Yeah, it sucks, I know. Looking at stocks, this is why I play games. Almost done with the Final Fantasy VI. It's okay. I mean, today wasn't a bad day. It was just kind of a boring day, I would say, overall. Damn, I moved my camera over a little bit so I can't have my armrest here with my cigar. Looks kind of funky, right? Yeah, this thing's dying on me. But what do you call it? Yeah, I still hold Matic. I like it in the long term. I'm just trying to see if it turns anything. I didn't invest so much money into it. But I did invest money into it, so I am losing money right now, which, you know, of course sucks. Oh, there they are. Okay, yeah. Let's see. There we go. That should work. We'll see if it does. Any comment on the leash token scam? I have not even heard of this thing yet, so let me just search for it here. It said leash token scam? Solana news today. Shiba Inu warns a fake Solana leash token scam amid 17% price drop. Shiba Inu warns a fake Solana leash token scam. Okay, yeah. Susbarium official Shiba account clarifies only Ethereum-based leash is legitimate. Shiba faces fraud risk as second largest meme coin with 11% monthly decline amid regulatory concerns. Investors urged to verify projects via official portal due to rising Solana meme coin competition. Interesting. I haven't heard anything about it though. Okay, so it looks like there was a coin that was launched on Ethereum, and then somebody also launched it on Solana, and people are thinking that that one is also a legitimate one, so they're putting money in there, and it's basically just a big old scam. Yeah, you got to be very careful about what type of tokens you go into, especially the newer tokens. The newer the token, the higher the risk it is. Always, always, always. Why do you think when I put all my money into a lot of these tokens back in the day, you know, we're talking about Bitcoin, Solana, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Tron, ADA, Matic. They're all older companies out there, even like XRP, old Bitcoin, of course, very old, yada, yada, yada. It just makes it a little bit easier to stay away from a lot of the scams out there, because there are a lot of scams. I mean, again, just go down here and go to page like 96, you know, all this shit that is like worth nothing, right? This is the graveyard, right? Even today, you know, I don't know, just ugh. Go to page 94. Nothing. Wrapped Tron. Nope. A bunch of nothing right here. A bunch of nothing. So, gotta be very careful with it. Very, very careful with all that type of stuff. Hopefully, Bitcoin's able to stabilize here, but I think it has a little bit further to go over the next few days. You have hope for this bull run or just kind of a long shot? No, I believe Bitcoin can still go higher here. The technicals are still good for us in the long run here. My thing is, you guys should be scaling out as we're going up. I started selling off months ago for the things I bought back in 2022. The thing that's been irking me, and I think a lot of people here, is Bitcoin is fine. If you guys bought Bitcoin, you're very happy. But if you guys were in altcoins, like I'm in altcoins, like I know a lot of you guys are in altcoins, it hasn't really been an altcoin season type of event here, which makes me believe that in circumstances like what we're seeing right now, if you guys are buying and making some profits here or there, you want to take good chunks of those profits out instead of holding and holding and holding. Like, don't wait for Dogecoin to hit $1. Start selling when Dogecoin hits 60 cents, right? Something like that. That's kind of how I feel right now, or that is how I feel right now, and I wish it was a little bit better. But like, you zoom out on these altcoins, like if you, this is a monthly chart for Bitcoin, right? We're doing fine. You know, if you look at the long term, we're still freaking amazing. But you go over here to something like a Pepe, right? It's been consolidating for months. It's had some pretty good moves since 2024, but a lot of people like me, we sold out like a good chunk of our Pepe probably around here, right? As it was coming back down, it probably hit a stop loss for me, example. And then maybe you bought some over here and it went higher, but really you can see it's only been like a month, and then we drained for a while, a month, and we drained for a while, a couple months, and we really haven't made a big move since then. Floki right here, right? This was 2 months of rallying and then a bunch of consolidation. 1 month of a rally, which I think is legitimate. This was a rally of about what, 70%? Yeah, that's good. 1 month of rallying here, then a few months of going down. Then, you know, it's only been like short-term bursts. And I guess I've said this before, but these short-term bursts are not what we're looking for. We're looking for month after month after month of massive growth. You can see right here, right? Look at this. Beginning to top right here, that's 800%. That's what we're expecting during altcoin type of season. You go over here to ADA, 1 month, sideways action. Back over here in November of 2023, that was a while ago, we had a few months of good strong movement, but not really since then. This one we had what, 1 month? This one was okay. It was a huge ricochet up, you know, but we're not really seeing those month-over-month gains. So every time we have one good month for altcoins, it's kind of important that you just sell a lot of it out and just wait to see what happens next. Here's Ape token. This had a few months of upward movements and then it just started coming back down. I guess not really crazy movements, but you know what? That's over 100% return, so it's fine. But you zoom out and you're not typically going to fall in love with this chart, right? XRP, fine. This is a little bit of a different type of move here, but overall good. So there are some good things, hence why, you know, you hold some of those longer term OG tokens. But you go over here to what? Credo Sand, 1 big month, dying out. Maybe 3 months, I would say, that we kind of buzzed out. 1 month here. It's been very meh. So it's almost like for now, when we do have a big move that takes a few weeks, right? It's better to just sell or scale out during those times and reinvest over the following few months. I mean, there are things like Tron, perhaps, I tell you guys about, but I don't talk about Tron in terms of like meme coins and stuff or fast moves. Tron is like a stock hidden in the cryptocurrency market, which is kind of funky. Like, this is Tron. All right, month after month, beautiful gains. But this is such a rarity, right? You go to Matic. 1 month and goes down. A few good months goes sideways here. 1 month goes sideways, you know. I think that's the issue, right? That's the issue. We've only had these short-term things and they really haven't been good. Some, again, like 2024, we were having some really good moves over here, but it's been a minute since we've had a move like that, which means we're going to have to wait for some of these breakouts to occur. And I'm anticipating these larger breakouts to happen towards the end of this year, kind of around October, November, December. But after that, I'm going to be the majority out of this market. I'm just going to be chilling here. I've been hearing a lot of people on CNBC and Bloomberg talking about how we're entering into a new bull market and everything's going to be crazy again. I'm a little skeptical, but just because of the data coming out of the government, I'm really of the belief that if the jobs that we lost in May and June were like 250,000 jobs that never existed, I think it's probable, not highly probable, just probable, that we might have lost jobs or have very little job growth for the month of July when we get our revisions coming out next month. So that's a big concern for me. I'm afraid the Fed might have waited too long. And you guys know me, I've been ranting against the Fed for a while, and it hasn't been just because the data has been terrible, right? The data has been kind of mixed, which is why the Fed has had the justification to not cut rates. But when you go out there in the real world, you can see there's businesses closing down. I got friends that have lost their jobs, right? And they've been looking for work for like 5-6 months, and they're in the tech field, right? So it's data plus a real world, and I don't think the Fed, those people in the government and bureaucracies have access to really everyday people. I don't think they really have that type of access. You know, they're used to their fine dine dinners and things like that. So it's a little bit different. That's not a knock on them. It's just like saying, hey, if you're in a certain, you know, class of people, you're gonna notice things a little bit differently or have access to those types of things, right? Remember, I grew up dirt poor, so I have been through it all. I've been through it all. Do I have any thoughts on Ethereum staking? I like to stake Ethereum when the market's crashing and burning and you're in a crypto winter. That is not right now. Typically, I just hold it, and if you do want to stake it, but make sure it's not a locked type of staking program where your money is locked away from you and you can't sell it quickly if you need to. I always want the ability to sell it immediately and then move on if I need to, which isn't often, but sometimes Trump says tariffs, you know? That can be it. You're down 6% on portfolio. Hopefully payout dividend does not go down too much. It will a little bit here, but that's why you diversify, you know, the holdings and things like that. I think overall earnings have still been fairly strong, though. It might not be growth a lot, but they're strong enough and they're meeting their expectations, which is fairly good. So like, you know, 1 to 2% bumps. Now we haven't seen too many like 20-30% bumps unless you're in something more speculative, which typically doesn't have dividends, as you might imagine. One is leashed with Shibarium token by Sheeb Team, which is supposed to be locked at 100k supply, but someone hacked it. Now it's adding 10% daily, killing the price of the token. At the moment we're at 200k. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's not something I know. Sheep Team was created, leashed, deleted it from the profile. Didn't like it exists. Sheep. It's the biggest scam team in the crypto run. Oh yeah, I haven't seen that at all. Well, if that's the case, I'd be very, very careful. And I wonder if it's been impacting Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu's down a little bit as well. But Shiba's been very boring this cycle. I mean, look at that. We had one big pump and that was it. Again, 2 weeks. By the end of the month, we're probably up here. And then, you know, you kind of bleed back down. So, I mean, this thing is still pretty bearish though. So Shiba is one of those things like we've talked about where you buy when it's low and you just kind of sell it. I sold some of my Shiba Inu over here, a little bit of an order block. I sold a little back over here, but I'm still holding around 60% of mine, and it really hasn't been much profit because I've been buying down here. So at this point, I'm maybe like up like 40%, which isn't that great. I should have just sold everything up here and been done with it. If we have another pump, I'll be out of Shiba for sure though. But I haven't really heard much news about any of that type of stuff. You can even see right now Bitcoin's trying to push down a little bit more to go down towards those support levels we talked about earlier. Been out of Shiba Inu for some time. Did make some good money and built my new PC due to my low cash flow. I've been on hold for any coin right now. It's not a bad idea to be on hold. I'm just dollar cost averaging because I need to put some more money in there, but it almost feels like I should just be dollar cost averaging in a freaking Bitcoin, Ethereum, and those higher market cap tokens, not even the lower ones right now. Because I already have positions in them. That's not the issue. It's just like I want money fast. Almost we just want to do some options or something like that, right? A little bit different here. And hey, Steve, thanks for becoming a member again. I appreciate that. I do like how it is saving that you were a member before. I like that a lot right here, and I appreciate you, Steve, a lot. I like the early adopter thing too. I tried to rename them a little bit more this time, so it wasn't just Sapphire Gold and stuff. It was like early adopter. Trying to be a little bit more modern, I would say, right? Hey, Michael's experience. Hello, Mike. What's my take on Mog? I like Mog. I know people that set up the Mog coin or aspects of it, not the coin itself, like the website and stuff like that. They've made some really good money off of it. I do think they have a really good team behind it that's launched a few other tokens successfully in the past. For me, it's more of a meme rally run. So when we do have a mini altcoin season, because I'm not even sure if we're going to have a major 2020 altcoin season, right? Or 2021 altcoin season. I'll be selling completely out of it, but I do think it's a good token. It has a large community and a lot of influencers pump that up when it's pumping. And that's because they used to do a lot of deals with influencers back in the day, where they would like give out allocation or give out a few $1,000 for just promoting the token and stuff like that. Now I haven't gotten any money from them, obviously, but otherwise you would hear me talking about it a shit ton. But I do think it's a good solid hold for an altcoin rally type of event. Making money on the way down. I told you guys it's worth shorting yesterday. And hey, Steve, what about Bitcoin and Doge? You want me to talk about technicals or just the, what do you call, just the feelings of them right now? Because both have been pretty good here. And I know we talked about Bitcoin a few minutes ago, but oh God, Bitcoin is just in a, what's to say, in a rough spot. You could say, right? Just definitely a rough spot here. Let me know if you want the technicals and stuff like that with it, because I'm pretty sure you do, but I just want to make sure before I start ranting about all this type of stuff here. Do you think that bull run in 2025 will go back to below 100K? I think we'll have a pretty significant dip kind of in December. I mean, this is a pretty bold estimate of saying, right? But yeah, this rally, we're gonna have a dip eventually here. We are. This has been something completely different than we're used to with Bitcoin, right? So if you go over here to the monthly chart, back up a little bit, right? This rally from the time it really popped off here is right here. The rally really lasted only about 182 days. You could extend it over here to like 96 days, so a little over a year. Oh, that's my phone, never mind. So I got one of those sofas where you can like, it has like a slot for your phone, and every now and again it beeps to remind you your phone's in there. And I didn't want to have my phone as a distraction, so I put it over there. All right, and this one over here, since we're feeling got that jolt, you know, obviously it's been like 3 years of Bitcoin, like just grinding and grinding and grinding, so it's been a little bit different. But we are due for a nasty move that's not caused by Trump and tariffs, like a natural market type of move. We'll see how crazy it gets, but for right now, you know, I'm still holding a bunch of stuff. I just think we're going to have something more of a dip correction type of event, and we'll keep on going on. I don't know if necessarily we're going to go into a crypto winter, because now we're acting more like the NASDAQ and the SPY here, which is a little bit different, where we're just grinding upwards instead of having parabolic rises like we're used to having. It's not going to be the easy money, or the quick money, I should say. It's easy if you buy and hold Bitcoin, right? Pretty easy to do that, but it's obviously a little bit different nowadays. I call it a good buying opportunity. There you go. Okay, so Bitcoin. So long story short on Bitcoin, Steve, basically we're still good as far as the long-term momentum. We still have this trend right here on the bottom that you can see, this white line, still good. The issue right now is that we are seeing a little bit more of a bearish tinge pointing in here for the weekly momentum indicators. So you see the stochastic is bearish right now, the RSI has been bearish, and the MACD is about to be bearish probably by the end of this week or next week, which leads us to maybe a move of around, like, what did I say before, like $109,000 to maybe like $3,000. More likely than not that we're going to bounce off that 20-week moving average and then try to move higher, especially because we got the Jackson Hole news coming up. One of the reasons we had talked about shorting yesterday, though, was because you could see that I told you guys one of two things was going to happen. Either we're going to close above the 20-day moving average, which is going to cause a little bit of chaos for us because we're going to break down below that, or we're going to break down and close between the 20 and the 50-day moving averages, leading us to either have a really good day tomorrow and have a big, like today, have a really big green day, or more likely have a red day. And the red day, of course, because you can see we've been bearish over here since August 17th. And one of the things that we may be looking for, if you guys are looking for an easy in out type of swing trade, is just to wait until all the indicators, not all of them, excuse me, just the stochastic and the RSI start pointing towards a more bearish, a bullish move, which happened over here last time while the MACD didn't turn until here. So this gave you 3 days of growth. This one right here really gave you about, well, really, it was only a few days extra, but you had it, like, took a little bit of a dip, nasty dip right there, right? So, but yeah, we're still good. If you guys are looking to catch the swing, though, I would just wait for the momentum to shift a little bit right now, because right now, obviously, when bearish territory, it's pushing the weekly chart into bearish territory, and because the weekly chart is going to be going to bearish territory, any upward move that we're seeing like this, you know, it won't necessarily last for as long because that momentum is still dragging us down a little bit. The good thing for us is last time it didn't really do much to us, right? Bearish move. Now, I mean, again, I shouldn't say it didn't do anything. You know, we had the bearish signal right here. We fell down 23%, around $22,000. That wasn't pleasant, obviously. But after that one nasty week, we were able to bounce back up, and you can say this was in part because of all of the tariffs and everything that happened with the tariffs, right? So it's a little bit different there. But yeah, right now, a little bit more calm, watching to kind of see what happens next, and it's a little bit more boring, but I do expect this to come down a little bit more, which is, you know, is going to be one of those buying opportunities we were just talking about there. Now, oh, nice, Steve. Thank you so much for donating some memberships. I do appreciate that. I can probably have some member streams coming up here pretty soon, man. Pretty soon. Oh, and then one last thing for you, the Dogecoin. Dogecoin, I just deleted all the technicals on Dogecoin, so we'll restart it here. This one, the momentum does not really matter as much because, you know, Dogecoin can just kind of boost out of nowhere. The momentum on this one is still actually bullish. It may be more mixed, but it's still bullish here because of the stochastic being bearish and the other two being bullish. But we've been in this consolidation realm for a while, so if you guys look at the dollar cost average, you're gonna get your opportunity here very soon. You know me, I like to buy, if you see like a choppiness right here, I always like to buy below the halfway point of the chop because you know we're gonna be moving up a little bit higher here, and then from there, you know, we can see a large move with Dogecoin. On the daily chart though, if we were to zoom in on this just a little bit more, you can see we probably are looking at a little bit of a stronger move down with, there you go, with Dogecoin. I don't have to tell you guys about moving averages and volatility, things like that. We're used to it. This thing will probably end up bouncing off of the 20-cent range here probably tomorrow, then trying to close back above this line here. I don't think we're going to get all the way down here by the end of today. Good story for us on the daily chart, at least. We got some golden crosses and whatnot happening here, but again, the momentum is bearish across the whole board here, which is not a very good sign for the future, short term wise. Long term, you know what, I'm still holding on. I still think this is a really strong move on the upward side. The issue with actually Dogecoin right now is we haven't really been bullish here for a minute as far as the monthly chart, but we are turning a corner here when it comes to stochastic and the RSI, which typically, you know, when it does start to happen like it did back way over here for these two, a little bit over here before, it does mean that we are close enough to having a rally coming around the corner. So still, no matter what you buy right here, I'm still happy and optimistic about where we're going. It's that short-term bearishness that's really going to crush people this week. It's that short-term bearishness next week and a half or so. But again, a large position, a large portion of what we're talking about here is just what happens at Jackson Hole, what happens with the Fed, because Jerome Powell really can push the market higher or lower over the next few days. Specifically, Friday is when the Jackson Hole speech happens. All right. Of course, I ranted too long, but in your free time, what you should do is check CNBC, Bloomberg. You should read up on the Jackson Hole and kind of what's been happening over the years there and stuff like that. It is pretty informative. Or just use ChatGPT, right, or Gemini, and just kind of spend some time on it, because there are some minor headlines that get leaked out, which is pretty interesting. Or you hear people's thoughts that you might not have understood, and you know, people break it down pretty nicely. And hey, Zazari, happy to see you. Hey, Noir Games. Did I see XCN launch their own wallet on both Android and Apple App Store? I have not seen that. That's surprising that Apple allowed that, to be frank. Jesus. What about Ethereum? I just put 3 days ago and a lot of money into it. To be honest, I'm a little scared, bro. Well, right now, so Ethereum has been hitting a level of resistance for the last 2 weeks. So a couple weeks ago, we have been talking about scaling out of it because it was close to those all-time highs, right? Right now, you're still seeing that same bearish just come in. Ethereum can definitely go higher. The momentum is still pretty strong on it. The only bad thing for that is it's hitting a level of resistance, and Bitcoin, unfortunately, right now is bringing it back down. So you have a few options if you want to sell it and rebuy it at a lower price, but most people are just going to be waiting and kind of waiting for that next big hump to come along, right? That next big bump. And hey, Haram, I'm happy to see my man. Oh, you got a different logo, Haram. I don't know what it is, but I can't. My eyes are so bad these days, guys. I'm looking at computers so freaking much. It's not even bad. I just need to wear my glasses and not my contact lenses. That's what it is. You can see a bull run in May 2026. Jerome Powell last day as chair. That might be a good idea there. That really might be a good thing here, because my God, it's been. He hasn't been terrible, but I don't think he's been a good Fed chair. And this is my personal thoughts here. I got crumbs for Loki now at this point, because I got no more treats for him. Literally, after we're done with the stream, he's getting his leash. We're going to the car. We're going to the dog shop, or not dog shop, but going to the pet store, and we're gonna get him some treats. There you go, Loki. I've been feeding him lamb nuggets because he's out of his treats. Oh, I know, you're just such a good boy. Oh, fine, fine. He's like, no more treats, no more love. I know, right? Booga 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 boo. Booga 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 boo. All right, here we go. Oh, that's good. We'll see here pretty soon, right? There we go. I think I'm gonna go to the cigar lounge tonight and chill with some friends. It'll be a good time. And I might hit up a tequila bar and drink some tequila. I think I've earned myself some tequila. And I'm really excited to see when my editor gives me the video back in the morning to see if he's able to make all the changes I requested and see if I can launch it sometime Thursday morning. I would suspect Thursday morning, right? And thanks again, Steve. I do appreciate it. Oh, I don't know what the numbers mean exactly. I know it's like top messengers and stuff like that, but it is pretty good. So I appreciate you, Steve. Oh, and I also want to appreciate Fitz. I don't think he's in here tonight, but what do you call? Fitz donated some money for a cigar, so I appreciate that. And Steve, I will take an Uber. Yeah, I probably will. No, I'll have a friend drive me. I have a friend that lives a few blocks away from me, and we usually go out there together, so I got it covered though. Ubers are expensive nowadays, and I mean expensive. Like, oh, my phone's over there. Like, if I were to go, let's see, okay. I'm just doing a general vibe of like where I'm going. Oh no, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Oh, it wants me to log in. Damn it. Okay, I can't do that. But what do you call? I'm sure it would cost like 35 bucks just to get there, which would be absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. All right. But yeah, I'll find my way over there. Plus, I got to drive over to the cigar lounge. The tequila bar is very good. It's called the Matador in downtown Tacoma. It is absolutely solid place. And today's Tuesday, so it's called Top Shelf Tuesday. So any tequila shots over $16 are half off. So I will try the $50 shots, the $100 shots, because I can afford them then, right? I guess I can afford them anytime, but you know, I don't think there's a shot of tequila that's really worth $100, right? So if it's $50, I'll give it a shot. Maybe that's just me being a little frugal, but I don't think a shot of tequila really should cost $100. And hey, Gamer PK, I lost $3,000 in trading, and I really need some guidance. I don't understand English well, so if you could mean a lot, if we could chat directly, you could help me truly make a big difference for me. So I would say if you lost some money, hold off on investing anymore. Open up an exchange. Like I got a bunch of exchanges on the links below my head on the YouTube. Click on one of those links, sign up for free, and then start trading with the fake demo money that they give you and use it as a practice. And then as you're practicing, I want you to log all of your trades, both the ones that are winning and the ones that lose. No matter how much, you will need to log each one of those, and you need to write notes on if you're why you opened the trade, did it work out, did you use leverage, why did you use leverage, all this type of stuff. And then you can start to learn about yourself as a trader, and you can say, hey, I'm successful if I trade when bullish momentum, Bitcoin momentum is very bullish, and I see a technical breakout. When that technical breakout matches with bullishness on the momentum, I make really good trades. So then you actually have the information in front of you, and you only invest during those circumstances. And as you get better in the other areas of your, your trading style, then you could start putting more money, allocating more funds to different type of trading campaigns, if you will. But the easiest thing for you is, I would say, watch some videos on momentum trading, or just understanding why not all breakouts are successful, especially in crypto, because you could have a clear, easy breakout on crypto where all of my rules are like perfect for Book of Meme token. But because Bitcoin itself is bearish, that means squat diddly. Right? You have to have Bitcoin be bullish and everything be good, and then you could look at altcoins and make sure those are good. And once those are good, then you could start making your trades and being more profitable, right? So there's a lot of moving pieces in crypto. Where, I mean, it's pretty similar in tech right now because of the Magnificent Seven, but at least it's like seven, right? It's big tech: Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, right? Google, right? Alphabet. So a little bit different. But yeah, it is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. So stay with it, but don't feel like you need to keep on investing money. The market's always going to be there. Take some time and practice with fake money. It goes a long way, and you can really get to understand yourself as a trader, because not many people know if they're a really good trader or bad trader until they start tracking all of their trades, and they see, wow, why did I make that trade again? What made me think that that was a good idea? Then you can go back and replay it, and kind of see what was in your head at the time, and it's a lot. But it's worth it to just take a little bit of a breather, because $3,000 is, it's no joke, right? Well, yeah, Steve says right there, test and measure, $10. Yeah, $10 max, right? Just a quick question, Lisa. I watch you often. I'm a fan. On my position in Ethereum and doubled. Oh, hey, Lisa, no worries. I appreciate it. You don't have to say, what do you call, just quick thought, I watch you often. I'm a fan. Lisa, I see you in here all the time. I know who you are. I know who you are. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah. I know the regulars that show up in here. Sometimes it takes me a minute to get to all the comments, but I know when you're here. I definitely know when you guys are here. Only thing that's bothering me today is I haven't had a chance to get a haircut in a minute, so my hair is kind of messy. And you know how you can, like, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's dog hair and stuff. But my mustache hair is growing over my lip, which is terrifying to me, because my mustache, it doesn't grow sideways like this. I have these like little pincer hairs that, like, it goes like this, and then the inner ones go like a hook, like it's a claw, like that, which pisses me off. You guys can't see it, but it's there. Let me see it. probably do that without looking like a crazy person. Can I do it? You can kind of see it trying to claw in right there. It's short term, but there you go. Nope. There you go. It's short term, but it freaks me out, and that means I need to go get trim myself up a little bit here. Bitcoin dominance is above 60%. Yeah, we talked about that a few seconds ago or a few minutes ago. What do you call it? It's still going in the right direction, but again, we don't have the rate cuts yet, so nothing is really justified here. Give it some time. I just really wish we could have these prolonged altcoin rallies, and we're just not seeing them beyond maybe a few weeks at this time, right? Trade versus investing, min problems. Yeah, exactly, Lisa. It's tragedy. But I'm growing my beard out a little bit here. I'm gonna see how that works out. But I gotta trim my mustache down. I haven't had a haircut in like a month actually. Damn, yeah, I need to get my hair cut. Remember, my hair is like, it's black hair, but it's Mexican hair at the same time, so it's like curly and not like tight curls. It's like long, luscious curls. So a nice little sheen there. You just got an alert for 21 cent Doge. Yeah, it just broke down below 21 cents. Dogecoin's down around 6%. We were just talking about the moving average with that one. All right, and then moving averages matter. People, I mean, again, you have to be kind of a weirdo like I am to like notice all of these weird things about how like they're hidden support levels. When you break down below them, you're going to see a little bit more of movement, right? That being said, you can see it's trying to, it's playing with support right now. I wouldn't be surprised if you see some longs enter into this situation right here, and you might see Dogecoin try to pop back up towards 22 cents by the end of tomorrow. The only thing is, because everything's bearish, you're probably going to see them fail at doing that and then get pushed down probably to the 200 daily moving average. Then they're going to the bounce. Oh god, yeah, this is a nasty time. I was pretty optimistic. All of a sudden we're turning more bearish here bit by bit, and I have to say, like, it's bearish, right? This is your gaming account? Oh, here oh, this is a gaming account. There you go. What do you call it? I was like, what the heck? Yeah. Gaming is fun. I need to start gaming a little bit more. I think what I need to do is I don't know. I haven't had the time to game as much as I want to, which really sucks. I tried to play some Cyberpunk the other day and that did okay. I tried to play some Crusader Kings the other day and that crashed my computer somehow, so I gotta eventually take this sucker in to be tuned up and everything, because this computer is nice, but I need to make sure, like, I don't want no more issues with this thing. What's a really weird issue? Oh yeah, Dogecoin's getting pushed down right now. Look at this, it's trying to break down. I'll go to 15. Yep. You can see that slump. They tried to come in here, and they're not really doing anything about it. Bitcoin coming down. Oh yeah, Bitcoin's also breaking down below the support. You're seeing a break of structure here. Oh, would have been a nice idea to take a short up here. That was at 215. What was I doing at 215? Oh, I was using ChatGPT to come up with some ideas for videos and stuff like that. But yeah, so that should be fine. Let me move this back over though. So Bitcoin's next level of support really is around $112,000, so 700 bucks less than where we are, but it's really just a large range. I mean, you can see this order block right here, but what I'm looking at is something a little bit more here, a little bit less savory. I'm wondering if we can bounce off of this as we go into Friday, because I don't think we have a justification beyond just some technicals to really see Bitcoin go down in a very nasty, aggressive way towards $107,000. I do think we're going to have the opportunity for a dip here pretty soon, and then we're going to have a rip type of effect probably closer to Friday, or even probably more likely this weekend here. So and hey Tony, happy to see my man. I'm doing well. What was the PC crash? I forgot, but all of my monitors went black, and then something came on my screen that said something error. PC power error or something like that. Let me see. It's on my phone, but I just don't have my phone on me. Driver power state failure. Yeah. So I gotta figure it out. I'm gonna send it up there to get it all checked out. Since it's all covered in the warranty anywhere, it's just like it's a fucking long drive to get up there, right? But it only happens with this one game, and I don't know exactly what's causing it. And it's not even in the game, it's just loading the game. It's not even in the game, right? So who knows? But this computer has also been having issues with boot ups ever since I got it. Not ever since I got it, like a few weeks after I got it. So like if you pull the computer out of sleep, you see how my mouse is all nice and flowy, right? It'll be like lagging across, and then when it lags, like this window shuts down, then that window shuts down, then this window shuts down, and then a light comes out of my GPU. So I think it's a GPU issue, but I'm not entirely sure. I got like a warranty left on it. Oh man, Bitcoin's going down a little bit lower here too. I have a warranty on the GPU as well, but I don't want to wait for a new GPU. That means I'm like every time I feel like I destroy it, there's something fucking that happens that just annoys the shit out of me, but it's like a computer issue where I need to get it fixed. So that means I won't be streaming for a few days and stuff like that. So I try to like prolong it, and I try to time it where things aren't going to happen. But things always happen because it's crypto, it's the politics, it's Trump, it's the world, right? Something's always happening. I don't know what Trump's going to tweet, you know, so a little bit different. I don't believe in altcoin season. It feels more like a slowly boiling frog. I can kind of almost agree with you, but I think the churn or the boiling gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And then all of a sudden somebody just turns off the oven and pulls the pan off of it, and all of a sudden it just goes shh, and you see that the altcoins go right? And that's what happens. And it's like a crazy person just doing over and over and over again, right? I hope that Trump coin holders lose their shirts. Hey, I have a little bit of Trump token myself. Now, it's a very small amount because it is Trump token, but I have some, and I have many shirts. Actually, I had to go buy some more shirts because I went down from 4X size to a 3X shirt size, which has been fantastic because I've been eating healthier and losing weight. Even when I go to get tequila tonight, I'm not even eating my normal nachos. I have to eat salad. But those salads look really, really good, so I'm really excited to try it out, actually. Normally I like salad with some salmon on top of it, but for now, it's just going to be plain old salad with those really nice, juicy cherry tomato things. I mean, perfect. It was a fatal error caused by the drive B. What is drive B? See, I'm not a computer guy. This is why, you know, Villa, Sovereign Soul, I rely on you guys because I have no idea what drive B even means. Yeah. Because I asked Chat GPT about, I already took GPT out, but I asked about it, I was like, what the heck is this? Because again, this was the first time that specific issue has ever happened. That was the first time that specific issue happened. The one I'm used to is I come out of sleep, not rebooting the computer, but coming out of sleep mode, it has that lag and then there's an issue with it, right? So I'm gonna call them up probably tomorrow, see if I can leave the computer there this Friday, Saturday, hopefully Saturday I can go up there and deal with traffic. If you guys see, okay. All right, so I live over here in Spanaway Graham area, and it's a long drive all the way up here to the shop. It's over here in Kenmore or something like that. It's in a nice area. I don't know where exactly the place I got my computer is, but it's somewhere in these plazas over here. Somewhere over here. I think it was like a full-on complex though, so I was very confused when I went there. Boats, marina, fiberglass repair, no. Cannabis, church, a lot of weird churches over here. I think it's in this complex. Whatever, it's somewhere over here, and it's a very long drive from where I live, right? So I gotta like schedule some time, go up there, and it'll be fine. Put some protein in that salad. I know. Trust me, I know. But I'll have some protein later. Yesterday I went up to Seattle, as told you because I started the stream at half an hour early. Man, I had a lot of protein up there. We had Korean ribs, and we had duck, and we had beef roast, and they had some rice and stuff. I didn't eat the rice because there's like no carbs, but it was good. This guy Ronald, he's a really good guy, really good guy. He bought a whole duck and a half. Like, fucking awesome, dude. And thanks, yeah, the weight loss has been great. And you guys have probably noticed I'm in a better mood lately. I don't know if you guys could tell I was in a bad mood over the last few months, but I was in a lot better mood now. Looks like Windows software drives with your game or card. Oh, that was a joke from an old movie from '90s called The Stupids. Oh, Stanley Stupid was freaked out over a screen that said Fatal Error Drive B. Oh, see, I'm not good at jokes. I have a very people joke with me, and I'm dense. It just takes a lot. It takes a lot. Like, I don't have many exes out there as far as like ex-girlfriends. All of my ex-girlfriends say I was missing all of the signals they were sending me before we started dating, and I was like, how's that my fault? Looks like it's hitting daily support. Yeah, here, hold on a second here. I think we're actually hitting, let me go over here to let's hide this one for a second. So this is the daily low right here from yesterday, as you were just talking about. Right here is the last quarter's high. This is Monday's low. Let's see a high. Where's the last one? Oh, here it is. Yeah. And this was the monthly low. Is that quarter low? These things are so small I can't read them. But yeah, so we got some lows over there. It's just not enough though. It's not enough to keep us from, you know, really going. And you can see right here, we've had a new day start 3 minutes ago. We're at $113,000. We probably have to fall down a little bit more, even if we do have a good day today. That momentum just is gonna fuck us over a little bit here. But yeah. But okay, everybody, I'm going to call it a day right now. I'll be back tomorrow. If you guys are looking for some trades, I'd really say day trading is probably the best thing to do. If you guys are looking for a new exchange, I got a few links down below as always. I didn't have a ad in this video that's coming up because I just wanted to test out the theory. In the future, I will have an ad in all of my videos, not the streams like this, but like, you know, an ad, and it'll be 15 seconds just talking about a random exchange or something like that in one of my videos. So if you guys ever want one, need a new exchange, let me know, right? I negotiate my deals so you guys can get some money back and stuff like that. So see you guys a little bit later. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I'll let you guys leave with a little thing of Loki here. Put all my games on the Gen 5 SSD card, no more crashes. Oh, let's see, I don't even know what that is, right? So a little bit different. Loki, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. I know. I got your paws. Oh, I'm sorry. Damn. Can I have a hug now? No? Yeah, I might have squeezed his paws a little bit too much. Want to say hi? He wants to bite something so he can come over to me without biting me, which I feel is a good thing for a dog. He knows he wants to bite something, but instead of biting me hard, he'll bring... Oh, what is that? Is that a toy? See? No. Hold on. He bites this instead. This used to be nice and clean. Who said you could have the toy? Yeah, I know. Okay, good boy. Yeah. All right.